Welcome back, everyone, to another video. Today we have the Playdate. This is the case that I highly recommend you get to protect it. It kind of has some magnetic things that attach to the back, and after that you close it and essentially protect the device. But this device is something that I personally recommend for those of you who have a dumb phone and you kind of want some games because your phone may not have any and you need to kill time sometimes. So this is kind of like a personal thing for me. I have just gotten this device over the last week and a half, and as you see, it does have a lot of different games. Some of them are free, some of them are paid, and I'll showcase to you a couple of them. But let's talk about a little bit of the hardware. USB-C, 3.5mm headphone jack. It does have a pretty loud speaker right there. You can hear it, and does have this crank, which, as you hear right there, let me decrease the volume in the meantime, but pretty good battery life, I would say. I play with it every so often, but it's lasted for maybe like a week. And of course, you can buy games and kind of have different recommendations there for you. The screen is supposed to be non-reflective. It's kind of like a memory LCD, I believe that's what it's called. And it's a good technology. I actually think more dumb phones should be made with this technology. I don't know how much more expensive it is, but I think it's good because it's very good in sunlight and it kind of absorbs that instead of having a backlight, which I personally prefer. But the games are quirky and they're fun and they're not super addictive because, again, it's not made for like super entertainment. It's more like a casual, maybe you're at the doctor's office or you're on the bus and you're like, you know what, like I just have time to distract myself, or maybe you just need a break. So I think it's a good device that has free and of course paid games. Let me show you a game that came with it. I believe it's this one, Real Steel. And essentially you use the crank to kind of like go around and collect different things as a, kind of like the year is 20, whatever. There's a lot of money for the billionaires, whatever kind of stuff. And, you're kind of like going around. They explain to you. Again, it's kind of very Game Boy based. And I love that. It kind of brings me back to the early 2000s when I had my first Game Boy, So, again, you have this kind of like, hey, you crank to reel and you kind of go, oh, right there. You kind of have to get the different things and you go back and it's super fun in my opinion. I think with the A you kind of switch in directions if you want. This is a timed game, so the objective is to try to get to the different locations and collect most of the objectives as soon as possible. So right there I'm just kind of like showcasing to you how it works. And then like there's different like right there's a laser. I'm supposed to not get caught. And of course, like you do different things to not get caught. Like here I had to press A as soon as that happens in order to avoid it. So that's one kind of game. There's more like super basic games. Like this one is a words game, Word Trip. Essentially, you're going on a car from place to place, and you're supposed to kind of like, here the word is drop. Use 3 letters from the top word and 1 letter from the bottom word to form a new word. There you go. Now do it again. Mix 3 letters from the top word with 1 from the bottom to form yet another one. I don't know. Port. There you go. Almost there. Try to arrive to the bottom word before running out of gas. So, a prop. There you go. And then it kind of goes again and again. And I mean, that's kind of like the point of the game. Then scoreboards, tutorials, yada, yada, yada. You can also take a screenshot if you have made something. I downloaded this one today. I believe this one's paid. Games kind of range from like $1 to $5, so it's not like $50 or something like that. But this one is more like Castlevania kind of a game. I haven't played it, so I'm playing it with you here. But overall, I think the device is just a good way and a low tech device that can provide some relief or some ideas to maybe do something different. If you feel like, hey, you need some distraction or you have some time to kill. And hopefully, eventually, it will be kind of like maybe you can share with other people, like, oh, you press A, you press B. Maybe there's like a multiplayer function that eventually gets enabled. I don't know. But I think it's a good device for the price, which is not it's not too much. Last time I checked, I think it's somewhere around $100 if I recall correctly. Maybe I'm mistaken. I'll put it here if I'm quite kind of way off. But it's on pre-order only right now. This is kind of giving me the backstory, of course. And yeah, if you have any questions about this device or any of the other devices, make sure to leave them in the comments below. And I'll be interacting with you guys. Thank you for watching. And I hope that this kind of gives you something to think about and something to say, hey, maybe I can consider devices like this, or maybe you can find old Game Boy games and go that low-tech route instead of the super hyper-connected online games that happen nowadays in the world. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.